Hello everybody, Joe Tactical here again. In this video I wanted to talk about a very common system. The Altoids survival tin and other tins like that, not just the proprietary Altoids. But I wanted to talk about I don't want to use the word complete. And I have to be very cautious with the specific wording I use because unfortunately there's some negative people out there that just wait for the opportunity to raise their hand in class and call out, somebody else. For motivation behind that, I don't want to get into. But the Altoid survival tin, for me, in any type of scenario that you would need some type of survival kit, we could scenario the thing to death. I'm not going to get into that. It just doesn't do it. Now, in its defense, let me just say this, and let me be very clear when I say it. I would rather have a Altoids survival tin kit of some kind than not. Okay? Something is better than nothing. Okay? So I would probably, take specific items, but I wouldn't look at it as like it's a complete kit. And I don't really think that anybody is looking at it like it's a complete kit. And I'm sure some people say, well, I use mine all the time and I can live out of my Altoids tin for 8.5 years. Okay, that's fine. My skill set is not at that to where I can call that a survival tip. Now, I like to reflect to the Pathfinder, Dave Canterbury's 5Cs, 10Cs, that whole thing. It's a good way to keep your kit minimal. Pretty much most of us were doing that, having cutting tools and containers we could boil in and needing cordage and duct tape and candling devices, aka flashlights, the whole deal. We were doing all that before that term came about, but I really like how the 10Cs have helped me to keep the kit at a minimal, because when you start adding things to a kit like that would be nice, or this could come in handy, and in certain kits you can have that luxury of trying to be prepared for anything and everything. But the 10Cs, or really the 5Cs, are, the things that would just be very difficult if you didn't have them. But you can make do. I mean, Caveman didn't have a 5-piece kit and step on the earth. He made do. I don't want to live like a caveman. Even though sometimes I guess I do. Alright, so the Altoid survival tin isn't really something that I use. This is just an everyday carry. This goes in my pocket. What this does is this organizes things like the Bic lighter, the Swiss Army knife, and you hear a penny in there. I'm kind of, I guess, superstitious or whatever. I came across a penny with a date on it that I like, a specific year that I like. So I've kept that in there just as kind of, not a superstition. I don't think it's going to bring me luck, but I just like to keep it. And it's in there, so that's what you hear rattling around. It's just one penny. It's not to be tactical. You see, there's money on it like that, and there's chapstick on it, because what goes in my front left pocket is this and my wallet. So I'm in and out of my wallet more than I am this, but I have a couple bucks here. You see, I'm rich. I got like $4. But that's what I use an Altoids tin for. When I did my EDC video recently, I kind of caught some crap for that because I think people misunderstood why I have the Altoids tin. It's not a survival kit in my pocket. It's a way to organize so I don't have several things floating around my pocket. And as you can see, it's self-contained and everything else. So with that aside, an Altoids tin for me is not going to be to the size that I would say would be the minimal survival kit. Again, better than nothing. But we'll put that aside. This unfortunately, the Clean Canteen 18-ounce bottle is discontinued. It's very unfortunate. Sucks. Okay? This is what I would consider to be the minimal survival kit. When I say minimum, I am not happy if this is all I have. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks. To me, this is impossible. This really sucks, but doable. Okay, you're compromising on the size of container and different things you're going to have to make do with. Okay, now let's call this the Joe Tactical Altoids tin, because this is as small as it's getting. And I've looked and looked for different stainless steel containers and things, and unfortunately this is discontinued, like I said. Now, this has the Dave Canterbury 5 C's of survivability in it. Nothing more, nothing less. The container that carries everything around is just that. It is the container. This is an 18-ounce wide mouth Clean Canteen. If you would have liked to have some of this in your inventory and you were unable to get it, well, as far as I know, it's discontinued. Call the company. If we call the company and complain about it and they see that there is a market there for this, then maybe they'll consider bringing it back. Who knows how much power we would really have with that. It's a shame because this is a really nice kit. Alright, so there's the lid. Now, things are jammed in here. Okay? This is an Altoids tin for me. That's what this is. There's your fire steel. So now we have 2 of the 5 that are obvious. You got your fire, your combustion device with 2 little tinders sealed in Mylar. Okay? And then you have the container. Next, a generous amount, probably a little too much for this kit, but hey, it fits. Bank line. You're not just going to use this for your shelter, you're going to use this for other things. Now, this is kind of hard to get out of this, so please bear with me. It's easier if I do it out of frame. But that's the 511 boot knife. And then inside the container itself, surrounding the inner wall, is actually a 55-gallon drum liner. That's your cover. So you have cover, container, cutting device, cordage, combustion. That, to me, is a basic kit right there. So this, it can't do it. You can put a razor blade in there, and you can have a bag with water purification tablets, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not going to be to the level that this minimal kit is. Now, do I just want to use a trash bag as a shelter? Oh man, if I'm in such a situation, unless something catastrophic happens to my other pre-placed kits for emergencies, something happens to that, if I have to resort to a 55-gallon garbage bag for shelter, I really did something wrong. Okay? Something really bad happened that I couldn't prepare for. It took away my get-home bag and other pre-placed kits that are stationary in vehicles, different things like that, to where I'm using a trash bag as a shelter. But I'd rather have that trash bag than not have it, because that's, if at very least it can keep you somewhat dry in rain and hopefully can get a fire going, at least you might have a chance at that point. This, if you got a bag in here and it's folded up in here for 8 months, and then you pull it out and all of a sudden because of the crease it has a hole in it, you might as well throw it away. I'm not really saying that, but you might as well throw it away because it's just about useless to you. This stainless steel container, these things are tough. You're not going to have a problem with that. So just wanted to share it with you. This is the 5 C's, and that's kind of like more or less a minimum kit on what I would want. If I were to downsize, which I definitely wouldn't want to do, if I were to downsize from any one of these items, it would be the trash bag. That is the weakest link, but I can make do with things out and about, whatever, a car hood, whatever the situation is. I mean, if you're talking emergency, we're going to get it done one way or another. So, just wanted to share that with you. Car hood, would make a very good shelter, by the way, and it would retain in the heat really good with that little insulated thing on the under part of the hood. I won't go into all that, but this is just a basic kit. This is my Altoids tin. This thing, that ain't getting it done. This could be a fire kit. This could be, you know, a cordage or a small navigation kit, whatever else it is. But as far as a complete and trustworthy survival kit, I don't see it. I don't see it being any smaller than this. I mean, look at this blade. Okay, this is a decent thick blade. It's not the ideal blade, but it will do. It will make feather sticks, and it will cut lashing, and it will go through mild wood enough for me to get to dry wood, not necessarily batoning, but to be able to make a decent fire. It will be able to notch decently to be able to help in a primitive shelter or something like that. It'll be able to do what I need it to do. Also, in emergency situations, it could be a defensive tool as well as a neck knife. And also, before I wrap this video up, let me just say that this has a neck knife capability on it, so I could hang this around my neck, and as bulky as it might be, I could hang the fire steel around my neck as well, and I could throw the cordage in a pocket of mine, and then I could probably put that trash bag in a back pocket, so I could carry water in this as well. Alright, so just wanted to throw that out there also as well. Very redundant. But just want to share it with you guys. Sorry to make the video a little bit longer than I would have liked, but hey, it's a Joe Tactical video. If it don't go long, it ain't a Joe Tactical video for whatever that's worth. I'm going to shut up now. Thank you very much for watching. Just want to share this with you guys. It's like I always say, let's all learn from each other. Joe Tactical out. Man, that guy rambled on and on just to show us those 5 stupid things. Oh, camera's still on. Just kidding. Thank you for watching. It's like I always say, let's all learn from each other. Ron Burgundy, stay classy.